and welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I am Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I'm in a chipper mood.
Why are you so damn chipper?
Because it's...
Well, I need to knock that chip off your shoulder.
No.
Oh.
I'm chipper in a good way. The chip has been knocked off my shoulder.
You're the one putting chips on other people's shoulders.
Yeah.
You're the chipper.
Yeah, I am the one who chips.
Yeah. Okay. What are you chipping about?
Just this weather.
Yeah.
Just
springtime in New York City.
Hot time, summer in the city.
Nope.
Springtime in the city.
Warm time, springtime in the city.
Back of my neck is...
pleasantly cool.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, we got it. Print it.
What is the original back of my neck getting warm and gritty?
Warm and prickly, maybe? Or, yeah, hot and gritty? I don't know what's going on in the back of his neck.
Yeah, this guy really hates
Sounds
summer
like he
in the
needs
city.
to get a towel or something.
He's a man who needs to go on vacation.
Yeah, that's what that song's about, a man who needs to go on vacation. Well, Tim, I'm glad to hear that you're very chipper.
Tom, why are you not? Do you have something to complain about?
No, I'm not. No, Tim, I got nothing to complain about. I did have to go to get pants hemmed the other day.
Oh, brother. You know what, Tom?
What?
That's not something I do very often.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do, I am always pleasantly surprised with how competent most tailors are.
People named Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor Lautner.
Mm-hmm. What's his last name?
Lautner. Taylor Hansen.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Not technically a Taylor, but an honorary Taylor.
Yeah. Of course, T. Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Jonathan Taylor Thomas Jr., his son. Have you met his son, Jonathan Taylor Thomas Jr.?
No, I haven't.
He's on
JTTGR?
yeah.
JR?
JTTJR. Yeah.
He's on what?
Home Improvement 2.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Tim, there's not a Home Improvement 2. They don't make sequels to TV shows.
They did this time.
Well, you're telling stories.
No, and they have Tool Time on it, but it's spelled the letter 2L time.
Well, that just sounds
Tool Time.
So in the universe of Tool Time of
Home
Improvement 2,
yeah,
Tool Time also has a sequel.
Yeah.
Does it take place in the shared universe?
No. It's one of them like semi reboots.
Okay. A reboot, but the first one kind of still happened. But
yeah, it's
they're
weird
not going to be beholden to it.
Tim Allen plays Al. Yeah.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, they call it. Well, Al's name on this is Allen.
Right. And then who plays Tim? JTT?
No, Tim Allen Jr.
Oh, so he's the star. Oh, Tim Allen Jr. So it's all the next generation.
Yeah, except for Al is played by Tim Allen Sr.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, very confusing, Tim. I'll have to check it out, though.
It's great.
Anyway, so I went to get my pants hemmed. Well, you're saying you've had pants hemmed a few times. I don't think I've ever gone and gotten pants hemmed myself.
Wow.
I don't know, like whenever...
Well, Tom, let me... is this because you order most of your clothes, most of your formal wear...
custom made.
...off the internet and put in your own measurements?
Yeah. Most of my clothes are custom off the internet.
Okay.
No, but that is true. Like...
embossed with the Star Trek logo.
Well,
Doctor Who.
or like when I've bought a suit at like a store, they've hemmed it there. You know, like
Yeah.
I've tried it on and then they've taken my measurements and been like, all right, cool. So we'll
36, 24, 36.
yeah, boom.
Yeah.
They're like, you're shaped like an hourglass, sir.
Yeah. You're a very shapely man.
That's how I'm known at all the suit stores around town.
Here comes the
they're like-
shapeliest man in town.
Like,
Tom Reynolds.
Mamma mia, this suit is going to be so hard to make for him, but he'll look so beautiful once it is on.
Yeah,
And then,
I know
like-
how it goes. Yeah, I've been to suit stores with you, Tom. Yeah.
And then when the tailor, like, you know, I have to try it on for a fitting, and he's like running his hands along the lines of the suit, and I have to slap it away. I'm sorry, I'm just making sure it fits.
I understand how it goes. Yeah.
Now you have to let me go. I have to make out a pizza. And he goes to the pizza shop next door.
So it's a full-blown stereotype.
It's a full-blown Italian, 100% Italian. He owns a suit store and a pizzeria.
Wow.
He's a hardworking guy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So whenever I bought something off the rack, they still tailor it. It's rare that I buy something off the rack. But anyway,
Can I tell you? I just learned that buying something off the rack is lame.
Were you always like, oh, should we go off the rack?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's not on the rack is where all the lame stuff is.
What? I mean, Tim. So you still understood that the rack is where the lame things are.
Yeah,
but when you're buying it off the rack, you're taking it off the rack with you.
Yeah, but
why would they put the nice stuff on a rack?
If you off the beaten path, right?
Yeah.
That's not on the beaten path. That's not on the path at all.
Right.
Off the rack is on the rack.
Until you take it.
Yeah, but that's not.
But it's different. They're not talking about a place. They're talking about a thing.
That's absurd.
I mean, it's absurd that you thought that was nice. I mean, I don't buy off the rack. I buy off the mannequin because that's where they have the nice clothes.
Yeah. No, the mannequin is the best dressed guy in any store.
Yeah. I'll have what he's having. That's what I say when I go into a suit store. And they're like, who? Him.
Manny the mannequin.
Yeah. And then I have to do the voice of the mannequin. Me, you idiot.
Well, what offensive accent does he have?
Well, he just kind of talks like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Because he's
no genitals.
Right. Yeah. It's too bad.
Oh, I'd like to find love. That's what the mannequin says.
But that
after
witch put a spell on him.
Yeah. After I've stripped him nude in the middle of the showroom.
Yeah. There's no way he's gonna find love after that.
Oh, now everybody knows my shame.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you can just find that witch to reverse the spell.
Yeah.
Become a real man again instead of a mannequin.
Mm-hmm. Man again.
Yeah. A mannequin.
Wow. Imagine
a man again.
A mannequin reboot called Man Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
We can get JTTJR to star in it.
He is the reboot king. The reboot / sequel king.
Yeah, it's a loose
well,
reboot.
Yeah. So anyway, this was because it's a suit for my brother's wedding, and he,
Hey, Tom,
mm-hmm.
Congratulations to your brother.
Thank you. It's already happened by now.
Well, hopefully it all went well.
Yeah, hopefully he wasn't jilted.
Yeah, we're recording this before, but it'll be
I've got to go to
released
Ireland.
after.
Yeah.
If it does go south,
Mm-hmm.
call me and let me know so I can delete this part.
Okay, got it. I'll probably just text you.
No, I'd like a phone call because a text could be.
Tim, you know how much a phone call costs?
Yeah, but Tom.
Long distance?
Yeah, long distance, 10 cents a minute with MCI. But
that's not their international rate.
What do you think it is then?
It's their national rate.
Yeah, this phone call will take 2 minutes, Tom. I just need to verify it to you with our questions that we've previously agreed on. Otherwise, anybody could take your phone and just text me, oh, the wedding went terribly, delete that thing, just to make me do work.
Yeah. Well, that's the last thing we'd want you to do.
No. Is that sarcasm?
Yep. So I had to go get so anyway, my brother bought all the suits for the whole wedding. No,
he bought them?
He bought the groomsmen suits. We had to pay him back. But basically...
Wait, you didn't rent?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? Like, he got a good deal on these suits. $25.
Wow.
He got a good, he saw a suit he liked that there were a good deal on. And it's like a nice brand. I forget what. So he was just like...
Fall off the back of a truck, though.
Yeah. You know, I think it was from a place that was closing or something. But anyway... I think he
a place that was robbed.
he had the foresight to realize all right, I found this really good deal on the suit I like for everybody. If I tell everybody to go here, it's not going to work. Somebody's going to miss out.
Right.
So I'll just buy the suits. He got our size and everything. But he's like, I'll buy the suits and then people just pay me back.
Tom?
Yeah.
That is the dumbest decision anybody's ever made.
Why?
He's not going to get that money back from everybody.
He got it back from me already. It's only the groomsmen. So there's 3 of us, including me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I wouldn't front the money for a suit for you, Tom.
You'd be foolish too, because he got paid back, but he got
with interest.
He
just gave you a tax-free loan, is what?
No, I'll tell you,
an interest-free loan.
And we paid taxes on the loan.
Good. I'm glad you reported it.
No, Tim, he got his money before I got my suit. I should have gotten a suit with interest.
And these Reynolds brothers are bad businessmen. If anybody's listening and you need a rube to scam.
Well, you know what,
Tim?
Who
your mark should be.
Now that I think about it, technically I did get a suit with interest because the pants were too long.
Ah.
Yeah. So
what are you going to do with the extra fabric when you get it back?
Oh, they'll give it back to me, right?
Yeah, you could probably make a suit for your dolls.
Well, they all have suits already.
A new suit.
Well, they all have new suits too, Tim. They all have a wardrobe.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, but off the rack?
No, all my doll clothes are custom. You know that. I make them myself. So I had to go bring my pants to be hemmed. And I realized as I was walking over, or like right before I left, I was like, the hell do you do to get pants hemmed? What do I have to do? So it's like, oh, I should probably know like my inseam, so I can tell them.
Where were you going to get them?
Like a dry cleaners.
Yeah, they measure you when you go.
Well, when I went in there, she was like, do you know how long? And I was like, I do. And she was like, whoa, this guy's gotten pants hemmed before.
But like you kind of haven't.
I haven't by then.
Tom, that was dangerous. You should have just been like, why don't we do this the normal way?
I didn't know if that was normal. I didn't know if it was normal to go in there and be like, yeah, now measure me.
You've never seen somebody get measured for alterations on a suit before?
Not at like a dry cleaners. I feel like a dry cleaners, they're like, come on, we're not some tailors that have a pizza store right next door.
You know what you had to look for?
What?
The little stage surrounded by mirrors.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I have. This place had like a little like workshop. It kind of looked like a lot of thread and stuff there. A lot of elves. But yeah.
Hammering away.
And I also realized, I was like, I have no idea how long hemming pants will take. So I was like, I dropped them off on a Monday. I was like, how long will it take? And then I was like, all right, it probably seems obvious that I don't have experience with hemming pants.
Yeah, but now they don't know what to think because you already knew your size.
But then I was like, well, I don't want this woman to think I'm asking because I'm like, I have a wedding in 20 minutes because I'm sure they get idiots in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just need it by Friday. And she was like, oh, I mean, yeah, come tomorrow.
Did you get them back?
No, I didn't get them back.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, I know. I should go pick them up just in case there's a problem.
Yeah, Tom.
There are tailors in Ireland.
But I'll tell you this much. 100% positive there's going to be a problem because you didn't measure yourself, right?
I did measure myself.
How? No, not correctly.
With a tape measure. I looked it up online. What was 33 inches. That's the size pants I wear.
Yeah. But look, these pants are coming up to. You look like Angus Young over here. They're schoolboy pants.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to wear the suit. It's going to be a real classy affair.
You wear the short pants. Your brother wears the newsboy cap like Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
By the way.
And then his vows are going to be, you want some dirty deeds? Dad, blow out the microphone?
Yeah.
You want some dirty deeds done dirt cheap?
And well, his wife's supposed to say, I do.
I do.
Well, good news. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Then you have the guitar and you do that little
the little thing. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a great wedding.
Yeah. Well, I wish he could have come.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
This week, we're going to do something we do periodically. We're going to solve some problems.
We gotta get through this backlog.
Yeah, we got a glut of problems, but I should just remind the listener, if you have a problem you need us to solve, email us at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com.
Now you can do it because we're clearing out our inbox.
Or
putting it in the outbox.
Yeah, Tom, what do you think? Like, about
a good slogan for. I want to hear what you have to say, but before I forget, a good slogan for like a business school that appeals to like yokels would be.
Okay. I have a lot of questions about this business school, but go on.
We'll take you from outhouse to inbox.
So this business school like that will teach you how to email?
Yeah, but like teach
very basic.
Yeah, but it will take people who like have outhouses and stuff, like people who live up in the mountains, and teach them how to be
yokels, as you said earlier.
Yeah, they'll teach them how to be businessmen.
That is that a thing? Can you like
go from outhouse to inbox?
No.
You can if you follow my program.
Yeah, is that a program that exists? Like, if you're like, I'm not savvy at all, but I want to prepare. Is that like college? Is that
Yeah,
what
I mean
college
they're just college training programs and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody explicitly goes after the outhouse having.
I mean,
market.
I think that might be untapped. Do
Trump University tried.
Yeah, but they blew it.
Yeah.
We'd show up for the photo ops. They wouldn't just have to.
Yeah, they were like, "We'll take you from the laundry room to the boardroom."
Is that what they said?
It could have been. See.
All right, Tom. Let's solve some problems. Let's hear that complete guide to everything. Tim and Tom solve your problems. Theme song. Tom,
What was the question you were going to say before you looked at the email?
I don't recall.
Oh, damn it. I told you to remember.
Yeah. Oh, what's the ideal? I'm trying to think, and we'll have to, like, some people write a freaking novel when they write it. It's like, I don't want it to.
And then some people give too little facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these days, I want to set up a hotline.
I was gonna say just like a guide to how to what kind of details we need, but a hotline's a much better idea,
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like include your phone number too if you want, and then we can call you for follow-ups.
Yeah,
Like, you don't know when we'll
at
record.
a time of our choosing.
Yeah, exactly. And
Just
we
always
won't-
be ready.
Yeah. Be ready for Tom and Tim to call you.
Yeah, and know what the phrase that pays is.
This is somebody that comes from an anonymous person. It's a very quick email, Tom.
Okay.
Hello, Tim and Tom. I'm listening to an old episode where you talk about the Property Brothers,
Yeah.
who may or may not also be in love with each other.
Tim, they're not
I
together
don't
as
know.
a couple, but you think they are.
No, I don't think they are. I think it's
You're just asking questions.
I think anything is possible, and I support anybody in whatever they choose to do.
even if it's incestuous.
None of my goddamn business.
Good answer.
I went to high school with the Property Brothers.
Both of them?
In Canada.
Mhm.
Gave a little bit more.
I feel like any celebrity we've ever talked about that we've gotten an email that somebody's like, "Oh, I know that person. I went to school with that person." Always Canadian.
Yeah. Well, we only talk about Canadians.
I mean, overwhelmingly, we probably do.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling,
Dan Aykroyd.
Ryan Reynolds, Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber's best friend, Carly J. Jepsen.
Yeah. Okay. To answer your question, yes, they are twins, which we've.
That wasn't one of the questions.
That was one of the questions. We did.
No, the question was whether they were in love with each other.
We did startlingly little research for our HGTV episode.
Besides watching hundreds of hours of HGTV.
Yes, they are twins and used to look identical. I think the TV show gave them makeovers so viewers could tell them apart. That's
Well,
smart.
they wear different types of clothes, too.
Well, they also have frosted tips, and one of them does.
But one of them's the more handyman guy, and he wears flannel shirts. And the other one's more of the real estate person, and he wears a blazer.
Are you done?
Yeah.
You done interrupting this person who's
I'm
trying to
just-
we have an inside scoop with the Property Brothers here, and you keep
All right.
interrupting
All
for
right,
this
all right,
inane,
all right.
oh, this guy wears a blazer. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
Tell me more about blazers that people wear. Jeepers, creepers. To answer your question, I think the TV show, they were very nice to everybody. This is my
but
problem.
especially each other.
This is my problem. Life has not been as kind to me as it has for them. I have a condition that keeps me from working as well as other things. I hate to begrudge the Property Brothers, success,
Right.
but it makes me feel terrible that they have achieved all this, and I'm basically a disappointment to everyone. Am I a bad person? I used to be happy for them, but now I just feel bad in comparison. Listen.
Man, that got dark quick.
I know, Tom. I'll tell you this much.
Yeah.
You're not a bad person.
He might be. You don't know.
No. Look,
Maybe-
somebody's having a
maybe-
rough time, and like that's naturally gonna color the way you perceive others' success, right?
Especially the Property Brothers. They seem smug.
But they're not. They're nice to everybody.
Yeah.
That
Well, sometimes
you know what?
that stings even more.
That warmed my heart to hear that they weren't jerks, because so often you hear like,
But I get that, like, that. I mean, maybe I'm just an incredibly spiteful person. Well, not maybe, I am. But sometimes there are certain people where, like, you can be, like, jealous or whatever, and then you hear that they're really nice, and that just is, like, twisting the knife even further. You want to be like, no, I want to hear they're a jerk, so at least I can be like, well, I'm not a jerk, at least.
yeah, but the fact that you had that thought means you're a jerk, Tom.
Yeah, I know. That's the catch-22.
This person that wrote in, look, here's the thing. You're not a bad person. The fact that
Unless you
you're
killed
asking-
some people and you didn't tell us in the email.
Right.
I'm just leaving open the door, Tim.
Tom,
Based on the email, based on what we know, you're not a bad person.
I think you need to cool it. This person feels a little down right now. You should be a little more supportive of them.
No, I'm just saying we don't know all the details.
Look, if anybody compares themselves to the Property Brothers, they're gonna come out looking like dirt.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Think about how bad the third Property Brother feels.
Yeah, he got kicked out of the whole deal
Yeah.
just because he has no color in his eyes. He's got black eyes.
Yeah. Black eyes, and he's always suggesting that they move the house underground.
Yeah, we'll dig a hole.
Yeah.
We'll put it underground.
But it's not his
We'll
fault.
put the house underground.
It's not his fault. He's got those big. His eyes are all black because his irises are so big. He's very sensitive to the
Yeah,
light.
he can't be out. He's like, we'll do all the work underground.
Let's put the house underground this time, brothers.
Yeah, and they're like, Larry,
Yeah.
the weird Property Brother.
Yeah. He's got the black eyes and like the long stringy hair.
Yeah, otherwise he looks exactly like them.
Yeah.
I look. The fact that you feel bad about begrudging them means that like you're not a jerk. Like you realize that they're good people and they deserve their success. And look, we all have ups and downs in our lives. And look, I'm not gonna lie to you. None of us are ever gonna achieve Property Brother status. That is rare air.
I don't know if I care to reach Property Brother status.
What, are you kidding me,
Why
Tom?
do I want to be a Property Brother?
No, you just want to. You don't want an HGTV. You don't want the blazer that one guy has, or the
No.
flannel shirt that the other guy has,
Tim,
or to be in a
there are easier
loving,
ways to get
committed
'em.
relationship with someone who not only cares for you and your well-being, but looks like a mirror image of yourself.
that's true. I would like that.
Tom, you're always kissing mirrors.
Tim,
You're always putting on a fake goatee and frosted tips and kissing mirrors.
I read this time travel book that was so good, and the guy just kept having love affairs with himself and other timelines, even though he wasn't gay, he was straight. But like, you know,
He was mostly just a narcissist.
yeah, and like, you know, who better than yourself from a different timeline?
I'd be disgusted by myself. I look at myself like if I ever see myself on camera, I'm like, what an awkward, weird jerk.
What you were gonna say,
asshole.
like, if I ever whenever I go back to the past and I'm watching myself from the bushes, I'm always like, oh God, so weird.
From the bushes, Tom.
I
haven't
Tim, you would screw up the whole timeline.
Tom, what I'm saying is, when am I ever near bushes that somebody could hide in bushes? Oh, Tom.
What?
Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night convinced that somebody was stalking you in your own home with a gun?
Yeah, like I actually had that happen somewhat recently where I don't know why, but my dog decided to go sleep in the closet one night.
Oh.
So I woke up to like, somebody's in the closet. And like didn't think it was my dog because why the hell would my dog go sleep in the closet?
Because your dog's a freaking lunatic, Tom.
But yeah. It was just a big goof. It was a big prank that she was pulling on me.
She is a well-known. She's a Clooney-esque trickster.
Yeah.
No, you're not a bad person. We're not. Nobody can ever be a property brother, and
not even Larry. Not even Larry property.
Yeah, hang in there, and things will get better. They always do. Right, Tom?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Like I said, I would never even think that way about the property brothers because I don't want what they have.
Yeah, but like you
Except
do.
for
They
all
have
that
a lot
property.
Of money. Oh yeah, they keep all the property at the end.
It seems like there's 10,000 episodes of Property Brothers. It seems like they're just running these brothers ragged. You know, there's actually 4 of them, and they work them so hard that they can only show 2 at a time.
Like Nikki and Alex on Full House.
Yeah. Or Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Well, there's 2 of them, and they only show 1 at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So when it's twins, you need 4 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Those boys get tuckered out.
Yeah. Next email. Let's hear that Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems theme song. All right, Tom. This next email comes to us from Joe.
Hey, Joe, what do you know?
Good.
Does he say? What did he say?
He said, Dear Tim and Tom, please help me with my problem concerning tattoos!
All right.
Exclamation.
Mm-hmm.
A few months ago, my girlfriend mentioned that for her birthday, she wants to get a tattoo.
Of him.
And that she thought it would be really cool if I would pay for it as my gift for her.
Okay.
In theory, this would be so that anytime in the future she thought of that tattoo, she would also think of me.
Yeah.
We have only been going out for a short while.
Anytime she looked at that little Tasmanian devil, she'd think of me.
We've only been going out a short while, so to me this seems slightly risky on her part. But that isn't the problem I want help with. A few weeks ago, we were talking to our friends about it, and this one particular girl, a very old friend to both me and my girlfriend, seemed really interested in the concept behind the tattoo itself.
Okay. So there's a concept.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all revealed at the end, Tom. Anyway.
Can't wait.
Today I got a call from my girlfriend telling me that this girl has basically decided to get virtually the same tattoo as my girlfriend in a slightly different place with the same meaning behind it.
Okay.
Apparently, she didn't realize that this was a blatant copy of my girlfriend's idea, nor does she realize that the identical tattoo would be weird for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend's birthday is after when our friend wants to get the tattoo, and she doesn't want to get it beforehand.
Right.
My girlfriend pointed out as...
well, and it sounds like her getting the tattoo first, like, that's not going to deter this other girl anyway.
Because this tattoo is my present to her, this is my problem to sort out, i.e. to stop our friend wanting to get virtually the same thing.
Okay.
So he came to us.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do in this situation? Big fan of the show. Keep up the good work. Joe. Thanks, Joe. In case you needed to know, the tattoo...
Thank God. I was going to say, perfect example of like...
Oh, you think I'd be reading this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a perfect example of somebody would send us this problem and leave out the most critical part. Yeah. Because I don't know what the concept could be the dumbest thing ever. I'd be like, oh, that's not an original thing. Or it could be something super specific where I'm like, that person's a maniac for stealing that.
I'm very interested. And just remember, Tom, these are real people.
Yeah.
All right, I'm very interested
so
in
you already
reading.
know where my opinion's going to lie.
Yeah, just remember, like,
right,
these are people, like the guy complimented our... Joe
Wait,
said
I thought you were writing all these. I thought these were all hypothetical.
These are all stories from my own life.
No, I thought these were all just like fictional characters
Oh, yeah.
that you created.
If only, man. If only I had
I thought
imagination to come up with Joe's problem myself.
I thought you were coming up with like a Game of Thrones-esque world of just dozens and dozens of characters.
That brings up a good point, Tom. Do we own these ideas now?
Yeah, you can get any of these ideas tattooed on you.
Great. P.S. In case you needed to know, the tattoo my girlfriend was getting was a circle in the center of her chest, and our friend wanted to get a circle in the center of her back. Same color, same size.
But he doesn't say what the significance is.
No.
Because he said that was like... Yeah, I mean, I feel like... All right, my mind's going a mile a minute. I got I mean, that's pretty slow, I guess. But I've got well, it would be if you're... No? Yeah. Actually, it's not bad. 60 miles an hour. My mind's going 60 miles an hour. What were we talking about? No, I'm kidding. So, I mean, yeah. I think that's a weird thing to get, like...
No judgments.
Tom. No. But is she getting it, like, center of her chest?
Yes.
Do you... Yeah?
Circle in the center of her chest. Yeah.
I feel like a chest tattoo, if it's in the center, is weird if you don't have any other tattoos.
This is not the question.
Right.
This is not the problem, Tom. She's decided on this. She wants it, and it's so special. It's so significant to her that she doesn't want another person to have it.
Well, I was going to say that if I were to get a tattoo, there's two types of tattoos I would get. I would get something simple, like just a shape, but it would have to have some type of meaning. So I actually do get like I'm not like, oh, it's just a circle. Like I get like, okay, if there's a meaning behind it, it's just a circle. That's cool. Or I would have to get a like a Batman logo, but I can only get that if I write Batman. If I like one day write on Batman.
I write to Batman and I get a response.
Well, I've already written to Batman, but yeah, if I get a response, then I can.
Yeah.
No, because like I would get a tattoo like that of, you know what? Not even that. I would not get a tattoo of like something I created, but I would get a tattoo of something I was a part of. Like the Lord of the Rings guys, when they all got tattoos together, like if I was in Lord of the Rings and had to film for like 3 years, and I'd be like, yeah, let's get Lord of the Rings tattoos together. Like,
all right, we'll get Gollum.
We'll all get a big back tattoo of Gollum.
We'll get Gollum's face tattooed over our own faces.
But so that's the tattoos I would get. So those answer.
You answered a question that was not asked by anybody.
But a question on the tip of everybody's tongue that they were about to ask. But
should I mention that you've had some beers? Like
I've had some beers and not very much food.
Right.
So that is a super weird thing. You can't just take someone's tattoo and like you can't be like, well, I'm putting it on my back instead of my chest, because it's like, yeah, well, that's just the other side. You know, if somebody was like, well, I got a tattoo on this side of my arm, not this side of my arm.
Every back is just another back's front.
Mm-hmm. That's
right?
An old Chinese proverb.
Yeah. So what does he have to do? I'm a guy, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I think tattoos, risky.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the hepatitis.
Well, but that's why I would why if I ever got anything, it would be like a shape, because then it's just a shape. And like, if the reason for it changes, you can just make it up. If it's like, a naked lady, you can't be like, oh no, this isn't a naked lady. It's something else.
Right.
Not open to interpretation.
Can you believe that there
that
was
sailors would get them?
Yeah.
Yeah, just so they had something what to
look at
in a way.
Tom. What would you do in this situation? Do you notice people don't say girlfriend and boyfriend as much anymore.
What did this
They
guy say?
No, he said girlfriend, and like I was like, it's interesting, like that. I don't hear that often. I hear partner a lot.
Yeah.
Is it wrong that I'm saying girlfriend when I'm talking about my partner?
Well, Tim, maybe once in a while you should come down off your ivory tower, mix it up with the rest of us.
The rabble.
Yeah.
That's what I call y'all.
I don't know how you can stop somebody else from getting a tattoo because
no. So maybe that's not the answer.
Wait every night until she's asleep and fill it in with a marker.
What?
The circle.
Maybe
it's
the
on her
circle
back.
is filled.
Oh, it could be. Well, fill it in with like a flesh-colored crayon.
It's on her back.
Mm-hmm.
So
she wouldn't notice.
She can't see it.
Yeah. Well, slip the tattoo artist a couple extra bucks and be like, hey, there's an extra 50 in it for you if you make it a square.
Either that or convince your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a...
Well, that's what, like, I really want to know what the meaning is, because, like, if it's...
You want to know the meaning is, Tom? MYOB. That's the meaning.
Well, but what if the meaning, like, if it's something universal that, like, oh, life's a circle, okay. But if it's, like, something where it's like, me and my friend were both in the circle of death.
Right.
Together. And so, like, if it has...
Now, what is the circle of death?
Oh, geez, Tim, if I have to explain it to you, you're not ready to know. But, like, if it has something to do with an experience that both these women were in or went through or whatever.
I don't think so. I think I think it's probably a more esoteric kind of meaning.
It's weird because I always get so mad at people who are like, yeah, I have a really good idea for, a company or a movie or something. I can't tell you. It's like, I'm not going to steal it. But then people tell people tattoo ideas, and it's like, there's nothing easier to steal.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can get it back. Like, if I tell you my idea for an invention, you steal it, that's going to be a whole lot of work for you, and then I could still sue you. If I tell you my idea for a tattoo, you can be like, oh, okay, I'll be right back. Go to the tattoo shop around the corner, come back, what am I going to do? Rip your skin off? Laser
Maybe.
you? I'll try to laser you.
You've tried to laser me for unrelated reasons numerous times.
Just
Tom.
in case, so I could get the practice in.
Yeah. You are a very good shot with the laser these days.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Tom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if the other woman
the other woman
understands or even knows of the situation.
That's what I think. That maybe it just needs to be like more explicitly explained. Like, hey, so that...
Especially if they're all friends. This isn't some doof off the street that overheard them and was like, oh, I'm taking your idea.
Yeah.
It's a friend to both of them.
I think if you explain, like, hey, listen, especially, did he say that it would be this girl's first tattoo?
I don't think he said.
For either of them.
Right.
But I think especially if you're like, hey, look, this is like my first tattoo.
Even if it isn't lying.
Even if it isn't. But if it is, mention that. And be like, he's buying it for me because, like, I want to think of him and because of the reason, which I told you, which we all know, but other people don't know. Even podcasters, they don't know.
Yeah, why would we clue in people that we're trying to ask for help?
He got 70% of the way there.
I know.
Yeah, I think he got.
Now, wouldn't you love to have his phone number so we could call him right now?
I'd love to have his phone number anyway.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Joe, he likes us.
So, yeah, I think, you know what? Here, I'm going to give you a real answer. This is going to suck, and it's going to be super awkward, but it's a fucking tattoo.
Hey.
It's on... Tim, if people are listening about tattoos, they know about curses.
Oh, they do know about curses. There are many tattoos that actually incorporate curses.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but it's a tattoo. It's permanent. It's a big deal. It sounds like it's a big deal for you to buy it for her. It's going to be awkward, but you have to, like, actually, one of you has to sit down and be like, hey, I don't want you to get this tattoo because you got the idea from me. Sorry if that sucks, but that's just 100% the way I feel. Otherwise, you're always going to regret it.
Yeah. I was hoping that it would be like a dumb tattoo, so you could be like, oh, that's a dumb idea for it. Like, it was like, She wanted to get a tattoo of a butt on her butt.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad tattoo.
Funny, right? It's an optical illusion.
Well, it depends on how you do it.
Yeah. All right, yeah, so just talk to the girl. I don't know. Or, I don't know, pay off. I like the paying off
the tattoo artist.
Yeah.
For 50 I'll make it a square, but for 20 just make it oblong.
Yeah, just have him fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, we gotta cover it up with the devil.
All right, let's solve another problem. Let's hear that theme song. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
This one comes from Ashley.
Madison.
Who's that?
Ashley Madison.
The famous cheating lady.
The famous
cheater,
adulterer.
enabler.
Yeah. Did you see that they ruled the people who are trying to sue them have to use their real names because they were trying to still stay anonymous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Cut your losses, buddy.
Yeah. Be like, oh, well, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have trusted this company that obviously did not have very many scruples.
I'm not into victim blaming, but I'll blame these guys. They're not really victims.
No.
Scoundrels.
No, I don't think they necessarily need to be drawn and quartered and
I think
shame.
You're dumb enough to get scammed by something like that. You lost your money.
Yeah.
To unscrupulous.
For a company that apparently when you canceled, they would offer for an extra $20, they would actually delete everything and then they didn't. If somebody's offering to actually delete something, I would not trust that. Wait, you didn't delete it when I canceled it?
Okay. Well, this comes from Ashley. And don't hold this against her.
I'll try not to.
First of all, Tim's fears come true. I was searching for a good informational podcast to keep me entertained on a long road trip. I stumbled across your podcast.
Came to the right place.
And figured it was actually a, guide to everything. I was excited. Then it turns out it's just two numbnuts gabbing for an hour. Look, normally I don't like when people try to josh around with us.
Yeah. Numbskulls, I'll take.
No, numbnuts kind of made me. I was like, okay, well, this jerk's all right. However, you guys are completely entertaining. All right, whatever. Sorry. On to my problem.
You only read the insulting parts.
Yeah. I recently moved to North Carolina. Tom, you are absolutely correct. Beautiful and boring.
Yeah.
You were correct, beautiful, and boring, she said.
Oh, well, that's what I strive to be.
I grew up in upstate New York, Poughkeepsie and Albany. Since New York City. Okay, this is enough. So I have about half the attitude.
See, this
of
is
New
a good
York
example of too much information.
Yeah. So I have about half the attitude of New York City people.
Mm-hmm.
New York City.
Get the rope.
But about 4 times the attitude of North Carolina folk.
All right.
I've tried to be nice. I've learned to drive slow. I now know that 30 miles per hour is actually 20.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely unacceptable to use your horn or middle finger on the road for any reason at any time, etc. Okay, fine. The only thing I really cannot seem to adjust to is the phrase, bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me so mad. It's never said in a nice situation. It's always said
passive-aggressive
when I've done something stupid or I'm confused. Maybe it's just my prickly nature, but it always comes across as dismissive and derogatory. My usual response is a very dirty look. The latest was when I was getting off a plane in North Carolina and my roller bag caught on a ridge, on the jet bridge, making it fall out of my hand. This old bastard turned to me and said, bless your heart. If looks could have killed, blah, 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 and the people around him all gasped slightly and murmured amongst themselves like old biddies.
Mm-hmm.
Which gained them equally vicious looks. I plan to stay in North Carolina. I do love it here, and I'd rather not be famous for being the asshole New Yorker.
Wow.
But I'd also rather not be angry all the time. Well, you've come to the two most wrong people.
Yeah.
Eliminating stupid or awkward actions from my brain's list of choices doesn't appear to be an option. I've been trying that for a while. So what's the appropriate response to this phrase? If it makes a difference, I'm out in a small town by the coast, not in the interior cities. Thank you. I'll go back to stalking your 2013 episodes now.
I have a solution to the problem, but it involves vulgarity.
Are you asking my permission, Tom?
I'm just giving a warning. If you don't want to hear some vulgarity,
I'll leave the room.
skip ahead like a minute.
Oh, a
But
full minute of vulgar. Okay.
Well, just to be safe. If you were getting this mad, I would say that you turn around and you quote The Exorcist when the little girl goes, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." Like,
it seems like an overreaction. Somebody
well,
said,
no, but you have to do it in a devil's voice, like you're possessed by the devil.
if you spit pea soup, I'll.
Ah, your mother sucks cocks in hell.
They'll be like, "Oh my God, that the woman's possessed by the demon. I saw that in a movie."
Demon.
Yeah. And they'll stop trying to bless you or pretend like when somebody says, bless your heart, that like it physically hurts you. Go like, ah, like you're like a vampire.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like
Or you say back, well, bless your farts.
that's way better. All right, now the vulgarity can stop, Tom.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back,
Welcome back,
toddlers.
prudes.
Yeah.
Doctors. You
No,
think-
toddlers.
Oh, I thought you were like, well, a doctor wouldn't want to. The doctor would be like, I deal with enough in my professional life.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't need vulgarity. I have to look at buttholes all day.
That's what you think doctors do, Tom?
The good ones.
I think we need to have a conversation
What?
about doctors
Offline.
offline.
At the end of any appointment, they say, all right, well, let's go look at that butthole.
Let's get a good.
Any good ear, nose, and throat doctor's going to ask that. Ear, nose, throat, and you know what.
Beehole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All connected, Tim.
Yeah, I understand. It's
Mhm.
not, but I understand. Kind
Technically, it is.
in like ways that like aren't technically true.
Tim, yes. They're connected.
So everything's connected.
No, but these ones are.
Okay. There's nothing worse
Mm-hmm.
than rude people
You're going to have to take a lot of off ramps, but it's connected. Anyway,
saying
passive aggressive things
passive aggressive things, especially
in
when-
an airplane situation.
not even the airplane. You completely did not anticipate what I was gonna say.
I wasn't trying to. I was just, that's my own thoughts.
Especially when they like try to couch it in like pseudo religious thing, like bless your heart, like.
No.
Oh, I'm blessing you for being an idiot.
Yeah, look at me. I'm a priest.
Yeah, listen, you say, oh, you're blessing me, Father,
Yeah.
right?
That was one thing, not to get into religion, but one thing that I never understood about Catholicism class when they were like explaining like what blessing is and like, oh, like, you know, the priest is this and that and like he can bless things. And I'm like, yeah, but other people say it and pretend to do it. Like, which one's what's the deal?
Wait, what do you mean? What other people bless things?
Like saying, you know, God bless you. Or,
We're
or-
not allowed to say that? Like civilians aren't allowed to say
I don't think it's that. That's what they asked me to stop asking questions because that's what I was trying to get to the point of like, are we not allowed to say it? Or when we're saying it, it's just like, no, it doesn't do anything. A priest has to. They're the
Right.
only ones who can actually
It's like
bless
if
things.
a muggle tries to do a spell.
Yeah, like they can try. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be
you
offended.
can say the words.
Yeah, you know, Leviticus, well, Leviticus is, I guess, a Christian thing. I forget what, Luminoso, something.
Tom,
They're spells. They sound like Latin.
here's the thing. I've never seen any of those movies.
Oh, yeah, but you're reading the books.
Up in like I read the first book in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a book for children.
Yeah, I know. I'm enchanted by this boy wizard, the boy who lived, Harry Potter.
Yeah. No, Tim, now you understand why it's such a phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean,
She's a fantastic writer.
she's a very good writer, and I know you pride yourself on not reading the Harry Potter books, but reading her weird, like,
Robert Galbraith books.
yeah, like
Yeah.
her like private detective.
Yeah,
books
yeah,
or
it's
something.
all about PI.
Are they good?
They're very good. I mean, very, very different, but like, you know, very good. Yeah.
She's a good writer. Part of it, is me just being like, all right, I'll read this fucking book.
Yeah.
Like, I'll read effing book. Sorry, Tom. But, like, I'll get this out of the way because, like, apparently you need to have read these books to be well read.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's not a chore at all, Tom. I mean, sometimes it's a chore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes she puts way too fine a point on things. You know, like,
well,
it's
yeah.
like, way to explain the joke.
Well,
What is this, for
but again,
kids? What is
yeah.
this, for babies?
But apparently, as they go on, the writing matures along with the reader.
Is that true?
Oh yeah. And along with, like, you know, the characters. Like,
Is she assuming, like, do they assume, like, well, an 8-year-old's going to read this first book, and it's going to take them 2 years to read?
I think so.
All right.
More or less.
There were a couple 50-cent words in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? I mean, were they made up magic words?
No. They might have been, like, more common in, like, British
Yeah, maybe.
parlance.
Yeah, or in wizarding school.
Yeah. I mean, are these, like, meant to just be read by wizards, or, like, in...
No, they can be read by anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody should be able to understand them.
Well, anyway, that boy wizard has warmed
He's
my
really
heart.
something.
Yeah. It's a great cast of characters they got in there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of likable characters.
Yeah, except for that family, Tom. I've said this to you many times. The Durnsleys or whatever. They're so horrible to him.
Yeah,
This
his aunt,
poor
uncle,
little boy.
and his cousin.
Yeah, guess what?
Poor orphan.
There's nothing that would be suitable to be in a children's book.
Yeah.
That would be a satisfying conclusion to that story.
Right.
I want the worst things on earth to
and
happen.
like I've
to
told
these
you,
people.
I guarantee you that there is fan fiction that will turn your stomach.
I don't want to read fan fiction. I want J.K. Rowling to write in her in your words, fantastic style. Just the systematic torture of these awful awful
the
people.
Robert Galbraith books are like, you know, they get, you know,
I don't care. Are the Durnsleys in it?
No, but I'm saying, like, they get pretty gnarly in some of them, like, you know, because they're usually investigating, like, murders and stuff.
Yeah.
So she can do it.
Yeah, unless they're like, I mean, like, oh, when he gets Dudley gets his comeuppance, it's like, and he got a pig's tail on his bum.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not enough.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that would be horrific.
Yeah, and then
in real life.
Yeah, then they got it removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes to, continuing to be a little piece of garbage. No, this kid needs to pay. He needs to pay.
I believe in the end he gets somewhat redeemed.
I don't want to. I don't know.
No,
I do not want these people redeemed. They ruined 10 years of this poor kid's life.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's a legend. He was the only one.
Yeah, it's crazy. I always forget that, like, yeah, he lived there since he was a baby. Like, that's the only life he knows.
Yeah, they were crappy to him for 10 years.
It's amazing he turned out the way he did.
It's amazing he
Against
wasn't a
all odds.
freaking serial killer.
Yeah.
I don't know how the books end, but
Oh,
I
it ends
assume
with him
it's
killing everyone.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, then maybe this will be a satisfying conclusion.
What was the question?
Bless your heart. Bless your heart is what they're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, and that's why, we were talking about priests.
Yeah. It all makes sense, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Hey, just read back the transcript.
What would you do in that situation?
Well, besides the thing that I said that was vulgar, and bless your farts.
Because, like, there's nothing you can do besides...
Unfortunately, that person can stand on their moral high horse. Whatever. I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the brilliance.
Yeah.
Of the condescending.
Yeah. It's a hard to defeat
Southerner.
weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would maybe just give it a quick, hey, save it.
Yeah, but then she
put your blesses in a sack.
She's very cognizant of not wanting to appear the aggressive.
Well, then there's nothing she can do other than ignore it.
Yeah, you should
That's
be like...
That's the cold hard facts.
You're the reason Bruce Springsteen refuses to come to this state.
Yeah.
You cost us the boss.
Yeah.
You jerk.
Yeah. Well, don't even say that they're a jerk. Be like, Bruce Springsteen won't come here because of you. Bless your heart.
Yeah, and then she'll be like, Lim, why don't you go back to the north where he does go? Why don't you go back to that decrepit New Jersey he speaks of?
And then you can be like, maybe I will because we won the war. And then Civil War II begins.
Yeah, start the Civil War again.
Yeah.
It's North Carolina, so... Look, man, I don't know what to do.
There's not much you can do.
You gotta fight your battles. You know what? You gotta find the people. You won't look. Here's what I've learned in life.
Yes. It ain't much, but here it is.
You'll be less full of rage. The happier you are in other ways.
Yes.
Right? So don't focus on lessening your rage at like somebody who's passive aggressive to you. Focus on the other aspects of your life where like you're not getting mad, getting even happier in those, and then that's what you do. Then you'll be the smug one because somebody will smugly say bless your heart, and you'll be like, hell yeah, bless my heart, because I know I'm a better person than you. Yeah, old biddy, you coot. Yeah, dunce.
Well, you know what? And actually, you hit upon a great response to bless your heart is hell yeah. Because then you can feign the same, oh, I was just being nice.
And I worship the devil, so that's
and I just love Satan.
If you just say like Satan loves you.
Satan loves you.
That's like oh, no, that's a compliment in my church, the Church of Satan.
Yeah. Oh, Beelzebub praise you.
Yeah, and like keep like a vial of goat's blood around your neck.
Doesn't even have to be goat's blood. They don't know. They're not going to taste it.
Wear contact lenses with black eyes, like the third property
brother.
brother.
Yeah, but those weren't contact lenses. They had to be very clear about that.
Yeah.
Huge irises.
Yeah. Get fangs installed.
Little horns poking out.
Yeah. Just be the devil.
Yeah. Why not just be the devil?
Make yourself into the devil, and then when somebody says, bless your heart, you go, thank you. Then, like, stab them or something, right? We don't advocate violence or murder on this show.
Yeah.
Unless it's against those goddamn Dursleys. Dursleys?
I think it's Dursleys, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to the wizarding world now?
Say it one more time.
Wizarding world of Harry Potter.
I really had no interest in it.
But now you're enthralled by the magic.
You know what? I was going to watch the movies.
Yeah.
And I went to queue up Harry Potter 1, the Chamber of... No, the Sorcerer's Stone.
The Philosopher's Stone.
2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
This was longer than it took me to read the dang book.
And Christopher Columbus directed the first one or two.
My favorite. He directed my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Yeah. I would say read all the books before you watch the movies.
Maybe I won't watch the movies at all. Or
watch the movies. The movies are good.
Yeah. I think I'm not in a rush
Tim,
to read the rest
there's enough
of the
time to do both.
you
don't have to count.
You don't know when I'm going to
out.
die, Tom.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as you don't die, they're not going to like yank these off the shelves.
That's true.
You'll be fine.
I am kind of stupid because like I signed up for Amazon.
Hey, your words, not mine.
I signed up for Amazon Unlimited because I was like, I'll read these Harry Potter books, and that's like $10 a month. These books are everywhere. Like everybody's got 5 copies of them.
Oh, you can go to the library. They probably have hundreds of copies.
Yeah, maybe I'll. Well, if you're going to do your shopping, you should do it through tcgte.com/Amazon.
Yes.
That is the easy way to support the Complete Guide to Everything. Tom, what's the fun way to support the Complete Guide to Everything?
Well, I was just going to say, and hey, if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, boy, there sure are some good books on there, like books by Tom Reynolds.
Do you do one of those scams that just came out?
No, I do not. There's a bunch of that's like the latest in a long line of scams on Kindle Unlimited. Basically, Amazon. It's a good thing, but Amazon like kind of launched this thing before they sat down. We're like, what are all the ways somebody could scam this?
Well, the best scam is just writing a good book.
Yeah, that's
William Shakespeare said that.
Yep, the best scam. Yeah. The best revenge is living well, and the best scam is writing a good book.
And then he went on to write a bunch of plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said one day, maybe you'll make these into books once they're in the public domain, that is. You can also support us by going to tcgt.com/pledge. That is our Patreon page, where we got a bunch of fun stuff, like a weekly mini episode called Amazing Facts.
This week's Amazing Facts is about Australia.
Yeah, if you can even believe it.
The Outback, down under.
And not the restaurant. You can also follow us on the internet. Well, you can email us your problem, like Tim said an hour ago, at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com. You can find out all this stuff at tcgt.com, but you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/completeguide. You can follow us on Twitter at Complete Guide. You can follow us on Instagram at tcgte. At tcgte. You can subscribe to our Reddit, reddit.com/r/tcgte. You can follow me personally, up close and personal,
Wow.
on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram
Cheapers.
at Tom Reynolds.
You can follow me on those two things as well at your pal Tim.
Yeah, I think that's all the things.
Go to our subreddit.
I said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
I was looking at my telephone.
Oh, yeah?
My telephone gets the internet on it now. Tom.
What?
Yeah.
How? You have to call somebody and they tell you?
No, it just I turned it on one day and it just appeared.
Wow. No, well, ain't that a thing?
Yeah.
Well, bless your heart. You dumb idiot. You didn't realize you had the internet on the phone the whole time?
My brother lives in North Carolina. He's
Yeah.
lived there for a couple of years. I haven't been down to visit him yet.
Well, he led the charge to...
To what, Tom? To say
Yeah.
bless your heart to people?
Yeah, to say bless your heart to people. What does he do down there?
What do you mean?
Like, what does he do? Why is
For
he
work?
in North Carolina? Yeah.
He lives.
Yeah.
He works for a nonprofit.
Oh.
He's got a good heart.
Well, bless it.
You don't need to tell him to bless his heart. His heart has been blessed.
I'm not telling him. I'm telling God.
All right. Well, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need God.
Ooh, that's going to make God mad.
I know. It's his words, not mine. He's like Lieutenant Dan in during the storm.
Yeah.
He's just daring God.
He's just mad. Yeah.
Like, yeah, come and get me, God.
That's weird because he said he's happy down there.
Yeah, well, he's happy defying God.
Well, if it makes you happy.
If it makes you happy. I listened to that. Tom, can I
Yeah.
tell you?
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you this?
No?
I did tell you.
What? I don't know. Jesus.
I put on a random hit station today.
Yeah.
And they played all the best summertime hits.
Oh, yeah, but you didn't tell me that they played Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. They played Sheryl Crow's. Actually, they played what's
Santa Monica Boulevard, that one?
No.
All I want to do is have some fun.
An even more fun song.
It doesn't exist.
What? Are
A
you kidding?
funner song than
All I Want to Do?
All I Want to Do.
Well, I'll tell you, the first song that came on was "Here Comes the Hot Stepper" by
Wow.
Eddie Camos.
I mean, every playlist should start with that, just as a way of introduction.
Yeah. Oh, every day is a winding
Yeah.
road. You don't think that song's great, but then it comes on a sunny day. You get a little spring in your step.
Yeah, but every day is a winding road is like a little bit melancholy or a little bit like,
No,
hey, look.
it's about the possibilities of life, my friend.
Yeah, but it's still not.
You never know where this is going to take you.
But all I want to do is have some fun. How do you get more fun than that when you're like, screw everything? All I want to do is have some fun.
Yeah, but it's about like a sad old man saying that.
No, it's Sheryl Crow saying it.
No,
she's saying the song, not an old man.
No, you don't know the story of Sheryl Crow. It's a Chris Gaines situation.
Oh, a Chris Gaines / Benjamin Button situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an old man dressing up like a young lady.
Oh, man, as he ages in reverse.
Yes.
Wow.
It's quite a scam.
Yeah.
Not as good a scam as writing a book, writing a good book.
Right, or being an astronaut.
Oh. Why
not
do you
to
try
drudge
to
up old...
astronauts. No, you know what? I'm not
well,
letting
because this episode had to be recorded in advance, and you've already regretted some of the things we've recorded this afternoon in regards to astronauts. I'm hoping it'll be, by this point, you'll have had to issue a formal apology, but then this will come out and it'll be like, look, he wasn't sorry. He said it again. Let's get him, guys.
Every astronaut is a hero and smarter and better than every civilian.
What about that dumb astronaut that killed all those people?
What dumb astronaut?
Just kidding. There wasn't an astronaut.
The only astronaut that killed anybody was the guy that killed all those Martians, saved us.
I don't think that's a true story.
Jeff Goldblum. He uploaded
Those weren't Martians.
What were they?
They were aliens. They weren't from Mars, though. We've been to Mars. I mean, we sent robots to
Not
Mars.
in 1996.
We had sent rovers to Mars by then, or
Yeah,
or
they were on
satellites.
the other side.
No, we
They lived
went to all the
underground.
sides.
The third property brother went and built all their houses underground for them.
Hey, you guys want these houses underground?
And the Martians were like, yeah.
Yes, we do.
We'd love to have our houses
What
underground.
is it, Yoda that doesn't talk?
No, it's
Funny?
Marvin the Martian.
Oh. All right.
Hmm.
I've had enough. Tom?
Yeah?
We'll meet back here next week.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
So long.
Testing microphone 101.
Beefo.